Hi, Gene Burnett from GeneBurnett.com. Hey, I thought today we'd talk a little bit about blending your training drills. This is something that Andy Dale always emphasized to us up in Seattle, is that anytime you did a training drill or you knew any kind of partner work, that you should be able to go from one to another and interlace them together, blending the drills. So what you mainly have to do in the beginning, if you're not used to that, if you're used to doing all these things as separate drills, is just go slowly when it comes to the transition points. So I'm going to work with Neil a little bit, and I'm going to be the one who makes the changes, okay? So suppose I get Neil here and I say, okay, we're going to be doing our forehands exercise. So we're doing this. And suppose I want to transition into a walking forehand. So I make it very clear that I'm walking into a space, and now we're doing walking forehands. And then I decide that I want to switch to our Dalu exercise with a big pullback. So I take his elbow and step aside, signaling that I'm coming in for this one. And there, there. Now I've got him in a pull down here. What if I decide I want to go to our partner set, our section 7 and 8 that we call our partner form? So I might switch up here and invite him to come into that. Boom, and now we're doing that. Here, suppose I decide here I want to do our 8 energies exercise. So I switch feet, load him up, and boom, boom, boom. And we're doing this. And he does a shoulder strike, so guess what? I can pull down from that shoulder strike and go back to the Dalu. And suppose I want to work on lion plays with ball. So I'm here. Or here, and I just decide to come in here. So I just step there, step here, and we're doing our foot tripping drill exercise. And I want to go back to Dalu. Boom, 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 boom. And I grab his hand a little bit, and I go, hey, let's do the free forehands again. And if the first one's awkward, and you invite your partner to do something, and it kind of is a little weird, like suppose I want to go right-handed Dalu here, and then I just decide I want to go left-handed Dalu. Maybe he decides he wants to change to something, and I go, oops, I didn't get that, but just keep right on going, and you just kind of mold a little bit and feel a little awkward, and then you slip back into doing that again. So a good exercise to do, and one that I'm going to have my partner work group do, is check in with your partner and say, what do you both know? What do you both know? Because we don't all know every single exercise that we have in our repertoire. So you say, okay, we know the push hands, choreographed drills, we know free hands, we know the Dalu, and we know the 8 energies drill, and we know lion plays with ball, but maybe we don't know the partner form. So we say, okay, these are the ones we know. And sometimes it's good to just run through each one that you know separately, so you have a sense of what those are, and say, okay, now let's work on blending them together. So let's go slow, and look for those transition points where you can invite your partner to go to the next one. And if you look, you'll see there's only so many ways the body can move. There's only so many strikes. So anytime that you're in the pull down position here, this is a place in our partner form. There's a pull down in the partner form, right? So he could go to one of those partner form moves, and we'd be doing that. But also from that same position, he could go into the Dalu exercise, which is this one. Or from that same position, he could go into the 8 energies by just dropping this hand, lifting mine, bringing it around, and then there's your punch, and then there. So you can kind of hack through the transition a little bit sometimes to figure out what it is. But once you get going with it, you can start doing this faster and faster and faster. Because your partner will just start to recognize, oh, we've gone to that one, oh, we've gone to that one. It's a great drill for getting you out of your head and off of looking at the map and just relying on your body's knowledge of the actual exercise. And you'll see where you're stuck on the map, because it'll pick up speed, or it'll be a little bit unexpected, and your brain will freeze because your brain's looking at the map of what you're supposed to do next, instead of your body going, oh, I know this, oh yeah, that's this. You know, let your body get familiar, because it'll figure it out. These things are all in the nervous system somewhere. So it's a really nice exercise to work on smoothness and transition and getting out of your head with the maps, and just being willing for the next thing to come from wherever. So it's a step towards these drills being useful in everyday life. You know, you start with a separate drill, you're in its own discrete border. Then the borders of that get a little fuzzier as you add other drills and other pieces and it gets more and more about the principles and less about the technical aspect of the drill. And then, you know, in your everyday life, you're walking and your friend puts his hand across your chest and you go, hey, look at that. Anyway, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Just subscribe to my channel if you like this kind of thing. I do a lot of music videos, nature videos, Tai Chi videos, all kinds of interesting stuff. Or visit my website, GeneBurnett.com.